Hello, strangers. Welcome to Alpha Reads the Hits. I'm Albert Strange, and this is the Secrets Behind the Number Ones. Today, we're in the 1950s with the seventh number one song of that year and of that decade. But before getting to that, I do want to take a moment to ask you to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Do leave me a comment in the comment section saying I subscribed, I'm a new subscriber, something like that, and I will reply to you. I've had very good back and forth with people that have done it. I look forward to doing it with you as well. Trying to grow the channel, and any support you can provide in that regard is very much appreciated. Now let's get to the song. The seventh number one song of 1950 is "The Third Man Theme" by Anton Karas. It was number one for 11 weeks, from April 29th until July 15th. So it's going. I mean, we're halfway through the year now. 11 weeks, so that's a very good run. The Third Man Theme, as it's called. It's also known as the Harry Lime theme, Lime, Lime. The Third Man is a movie. It came out in 1949. It has Orson Welles, famous from Citizen Kane and a few other movies. But Citizen Kane is his best known film, considered one of the best movies of all time, if not the best movie of all time. This song, I have no lyrics to read because it's an instrumental. Nothing for me to read here. I don't have the sheet music printed out to read. A B F G E C, nothing like that. But this song, a few things about this song and about the songwriter. But first, actually, let's go with the movie first. The Third Man was a movie. Again, it came out in 1949 rather. Very popular movie, very highly rated movie as well, as far as critical acclaim and just importance in film history. I remember in the late 90s when the American Film Institute came out with their 100 best movies of all time. This movie was on the list. I've never seen it, but I know my mom always told me it's a very good movie. She said, "Oh, you need to watch The Third Man." I just never got around to it. In that same vein, the British Film Institute, not the American Film Institute, the British Film Institute, named this film the greatest British film of the 20th century. That's high praise, Greatest film of the century. British film of the century, I should say. So it's obviously a very well-regarded film. I don't know what kind of Academy Award situation it had. It definitely didn't win Best Picture. 1949, what would have won it that year? Was that Gentleman's Agreement? No, that was a couple years before that. Going My Way, I think, won Best Picture that year. I'll have to double check. It's not super important in regard to this video. Anton Karas was a club performer in Vienna. The movie takes place in Vienna, Austria. His instrument of choice is a zither, which is like a small harp. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a small stringed instrument. I don't know that saying it's a small harp is a good explanation of it. It's different from a harp, but it's a small stringed instrument. When I saw pictures of it, it reminded me of something that we used to play in like in elementary school music classes. Like your music teacher would have a zither. I don't know. It's not a very widely used instrument, to my knowledge. but we'll get back to that. In fact, so they were filming this movie in Vienna. It takes place in Vienna. They were filming it in Vienna, and one night, the director and a few other members of the crew, including Orson Welles, went to this restaurant, and Anton Karas was playing there. He was just playing for tips. He wasn't employed by the restaurant from what I could find. He was just there playing for tips from the patrons, and the director was so taken by this music, and the people in the entourage were so taken by his playing that they were just struck. They were like, we need this guy, and this type of music needs to be the theme music for our movie. It didn't, because they hadn't found what they wanted yet. Anton Karas spoke no English. He spoke German, um, and the people from the film crew there at the restaurant did not speak German. So there was a language barrier there, and Anton Karas um, was not someone who wanted to be a celebrity. From all that I read about him, this song made him very famous. It was, I mean, it was number one for 11 weeks. Um, he was a one hit wonder, yes, but this song made him money for the rest of his life. He played for kings and queens. He went all over the world, and he didn't want to do any of that. He wanted to just stay in Vienna, play in the clubs, play to the the local people, and this made him. And he was a reluctant celebrity. This song, this movie made him a celebrity, and he was. It was not what he sought. Um, but I just think it's funny how he was just playing in the restaurant that night, and the right people came in, and the rest is history. I listened to this song. It isn't anything that I. Sometimes you hear a song, you hear an instrumental song, and you go, "Oh, this is that song." I didn't recognize this song. Maybe I just was missing it, but I didn't recognize it. And I didn't think it was anything too great. But tastes were different in 1950, 1949, 1950. One result of this song was a surge in Zither sales. Obviously, it was number one for 11 weeks. I'm presuming this is probably like the song of the year. They didn't have that at that time, but if you're number one for 11 weeks, that's very few songs get to double digits for number one, for weeks at number one. So if there happen to be two that year, hooray for the other person. But Anton Karas, playing in a nightclub one night, world famous the next, good for you. Reluctant superstar, perhaps, but you have more number ones than I do, and 11 weeks is a very good run, very good run. So that's really all that I have for this. Have for this video. There wasn't much else to say about it because there's no lyrics to read. There's nothing to interpret, nothing to say. Oh, I think this means this. But give it a listen. There is no official video on YouTube, but the video with the most views had 2 or 3 million. I didn't write it down, but it has more views than any of my videos at this point. One day, right? So that's what I have for you today, strangers. Thank you very much for giving me the time. Remember, that's the Third Man theme, or the Harry Lime theme from the Third Man. Do check it out, and while you're doing that, do all the YouTube things that I'm asking you every video: like, share, subscribe, all those things. You can find me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. And then do remember, as always, tip your servers, tip your bartenders, tip your rideshare drivers and your delivery drivers. They appreciate it. I appreciate it on their behalf, and you're a better person for doing it. So there you go, strangers. We'll see you next time in the 1960s with the 7th number one song from that decade. I don't remember what it is, but you'll find out tomorrow probably. All right, until next time, strangers, thank you for giving me the time.